Jungkook is your overprotective best friend. You have a huge crush on him, but he already told you that he loves another girl and you believe him. He was teaching you self-defense in your bedroom and things heated up when he kisses you. You never protested and willingly kissed him back. But now he is ignoring you for God knows what. So in order to make him talk, you and your boy best friend Ben pretended to be kissing and Jungkook lost it. He punched Ben on his face but still didn't talk to you. A detailed video of Jungkook doing things to you is pinned in the comment section below. Please take a look. Night at the park, Ryan's point of view. Taking my evil 6-year-old cousin Damien to the park turned out to be a surprisingly good idea. He was too preoccupied with tormenting other children to bother me. So now I was quietly reading my book on a park bench, far, far, far away from him. Ryan. I heard a voice call in the distance. I smiled when I saw Dylan, Jungkook's little brother, charging his way towards me with a massive grin on his face. Oh, Dylan, I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Yeah, you haven't come round all week. We miss you, he pouted. So did that mean Jungkook misses me too? Dylan, wait up! My heart stopped at the sound of the familiar voice. Jungkook jogged into view with a wild smile on his face. He grabbed Dylan and picked him up. You cheeky little devil, don't run off. As soon as his eyes met mine, the smile on his face slowly faded away as a guarded expression crossed over his face. So, why are you sitting here? Oh, right. I'm babysitting my little cousin. He's somewhere over there. An awkward silence filled the air and we just stared at each other, neither of us knowing what quite to say. Dylan randomly ran off in the direction of the playground, leaving us completely and utterly alone. Mind if I sit there? I was so deadly shocked that he wanted to sit next to me that I momentarily forgot how to speak. Yeah, sure, of course. Not being able to take the silence anymore, I closed my book and looked up at him. You know, you're lucky your little brother is so cute because not all 6-year-olds are. My cousin is 6 and he's a spawn of the devil. I laughed. I'm sure he's not that bad. Haha, yeah, sure. Just wait until you meet him. I promise you'll change your mind. As those words left my mouth, high-pitched screams echoed from the playground, causing both of us to look up in shock. Damien was running around with a dollop of mud, or what I hoped was mud, in his chubby little hands, and for some reason he had decided to throw it at random children for absolutely no reason. For God's sake! Jungkook immediately burst into laughter. I'm guessing that's him. Unfortunately. Well, aren't you going to go get him? I probably should, but I'm not. My plan was just to pretend I don't know him until it was time to leave. Can I ask you something, Ryan? He asked in a serious tone. I looked over him curiously and nodded my head. Why do you like Ben? He asked. I don't. I say honestly. Sure, I like him as a friend, but not in the way you're thinking. Ben's not my type. Jungkook let out a bitter laugh. So, you just sit on anyone's lap, do you? Jungkook, I have to tell you something. I sighed as I looked up at him nervously. None of what you saw was real. I know you were watching and I was trying to make you mad. I just wanted you to talk to me again, and messing around with someone you hated seemed like a pretty good way to get your attention, I confessed. Jungkook stared at me in complete silence for a couple of seconds, but soon the tension eased from his body and his eyes softened. Oh, he simply said. Well, you definitely succeeded in making me mad, that's for sure. Wait a minute. Does that mean I punched Ben in the face for no reason? He asked quietly as a look of guilt washed over his face. Yes, you did. I'm such an idiot. I patted his back in sympathy. Well, the first stage in recovery is admitting you're an idiot, I joked. He shot me an unimpressed look. He is still not entirely innocent though. He still kissed your neck, he argued. Relax, overprotective pants. He didn't even touch me. It just looked like he was kissing me from your anger. Whatever, fine. Maybe I owe that idiot an apology. Maybe, I laughed. Jungkook smiled. Chubbs, I don't know why you're acting all high and mighty. You were the little instigator. I was so happy that he called me by my nickname, Chubbs, that I couldn't help but smile. I'm not sure why I missed a nickname that implied I look like a chubby baby. Jungkook, do you seriously think I look like a 12-year-old? I think it would kill me if he thought I did, so I was anxious to hear his answer. Wait, what? He laughed. Why would I think that you look like 12? Isn't that why you call me Chubbs? Oh no, I just like calling you that because it pisses you off. Trust me, I don't think you look like 12 at all. A back like yours doesn't come from no 12-year-old. My jaw dropped open in shock and I quickly reached out to slap his shoulder. Stop looking at my back, you weirdo. This only seemed to make him laugh harder. It's not my fault your yoga pants are so tight. Where else am I supposed to look? He laughed. I shook my head at him in disbelief. My face, perhaps? My eyes then drifted back over to the playground to check on Damien, but the problem was he wasn't there. I stood up in a panic as I looked around frantically trying to locate him. Where is he? Hey, isn't that him over there? Damien was at the edge of the pond with a stick in his hands. He was whacking at the ducks like a maniac in a clear attempt to drown them. The boy wanted to drown a duck. Could you ever drown a duck? Damien, put the stick down, I screamed. I walked back to the bench with a sore look on my face, soaking wet and dragging Damien painfully by the ear. Why am I wet, you ask? Because of Damien, that's why. The little devil decided to chuck me in the lake. My ear hurts, Damien whined as I dragged him along. Jungkook took one look at me and immediately burst into laughter. What the hell happened to you? Well, Damien here thought it would be funny to chuck me in the lake, didn't you? Damien started to giggle, clearly not feeling the slightest remorse for his actions. Why the hell didn't you just stay in the playground? I yelled. I wanted to go swimming, Damien shrugged. I have a pool at my house. You can come use ours if you want. No, Jungkook, I'm not sure that's a great idea. Yes, please, I want to go, Damien said as he jumped up and down in excitement. It was extremely worrying how quickly Damien had agreed to come, considering he had absolutely no idea who Jungkook was. Someone clearly needed to have a chat with this kid about the potential danger of strangers. You don't deserve to go swimming. You have been incredibly naughty. And besides, I'm still soaked to the skin thanks to you. Chubbs, it's fine. You can borrow something of mine. Why was he being so persistent? Thanks for the offering, but my mom is also home and she would be more than happy to look after Damien for you. Amazing. Sold. Let's go, I said immediately. There's no way I was going to miss an opportunity to dump Damien onto someone else. He was Jungkook's mom's problem now. Okay, go get Dylan and we can... I stopped talking as I realized Jungkook's eyes were no longer on my eyes but glued to my front. I looked down in confusion and I let out a little cry of surprise as I saw my white t-shirt had completely soaked through, making my bright red innerwear easily visible through the wet material. Crap! Why didn't you tell me? I crossed my arms in an attempt to protect my dignity. Jungkook started to move closer to me, much too close. Because I was immensely enjoying the view, he whispered. I felt a flush creep up my face and I shoved him away feeling embarrassed. Here, wear this, he said as he slid off his jacket. Without even waiting to see if I was okay with it, he wrapped it on me. Only I get to see you looking all hot in your inners, he joked as he shot me a flirty wink. Once Jungkook had called Dylan over from the playground, we all walked in the direction of his car. A happy smile crept onto my face as we walked, as I was so happy that Jungkook was finally talking to me again. We were back to normal. Or as normal as you could be with someone you kissed. He hadn't brought it up and neither had I, which was perfectly fine with me. This wasn't like the movies where kissing always have to mean something. Eventually, I would get over my stupid dumb crush and we would be with other people laughing at this. I just knew it. Despite all logical reasoning, a single thought kept fighting through. What if he likes you? Jungkook and I helped the boys into the backseat before getting into the car ourselves. I couldn't help but eavesdrop into Damien and Dylan's conversation. They were getting along. Damien wasn't threatening him or bullying him or hitting him. He was acting like a normal 6-year-old boy. Hey, do you think it's fine that Damien doesn't have a booster seat? He'll be fine, Grandpa. You live like 5 streets away and besides he has a seatbelt on. Yeah, but your road safety is kind of questionable. You drive home without a license. That was like one time, Jungkook. Let it go. No, I won't let it go. Your life is important to more than just you, YN. He frowned. He looked all moody and cute that my mouth couldn't help but curve up into a smile. You sound like my dad. Should I call you Daddy, Jungkook, now? I joked. Jungkook's head snapped towards me incredibly fast and his mouth broke into a grin. I would very much like that actually. You can call me Daddy anytime you want to. He winked. Why do you have to make everything sound wrong? Why are you calling Jungkook Daddy? He's not your daddy. Oh no, I completely forgot that they could hear. You're right, Dylan, he's not. I was just making fun of him. I explained softly. Damien tapped Dylan on the shoulder to get his attention. My dad is a firefighter. What does your daddy do, Dylan? I noticed Dylan's little face dropped slightly and his bottom lip wobbled. Boys, I think you can find something else to talk about. His eyes had gone cold and the blood had drained from his hands from how hard he was clenching them. It was obvious that Jungkook didn't want to hear any talk about his dad. Come to think of it, I have never heard Jungkook mention a single word about his dad. YN, I get it, I'm hot. But would you mind taking a break from staring at me? It's kind of creeping me out. Actually, your face was just so distractingly ugly that I couldn't look away. He just smirked as I said that. We both know that's not true, he confidently stated. I didn't even bother to grace him with a response and just rolled my eyes. You know, you roll your eyes a lot, he chuckled. No, I don't. Yes, you do. We continued to bicker for a while until he finally pulled into his house. As soon as he had unlocked the house door, Dylan and Damien ran up the stairs like their life depended on it. Jungkook's mother smiled once she saw me. Oh, hey YN, it's lovely to see you again. Come to play judo again? She joked. Oh, not this again. One time, she caught us in a very awkward position on Jungkook's bed. He tried to explain to her that he was practicing judo, but she didn't believe it. She thought we were doing it. Why are you wet, sweetie? She asked in confusion. She wanted to go swim with the ducks, so she jumped in the lake. Jungkook interrupted. He's lying. My 6-year-old cousin pushed me in. I brought him over. I hope that's alright. He kind of wanted to use your pool. I mumbled awkwardly. Yeah, of course. I'm sure Dylan would love to have someone to play with. I'll keep an eye on him for you. She smiled. I kind of felt bad for her as she had no idea what kind of monster I just had let inside her home. Also, YN, you can borrow some of my clothes if you want. No, she's wearing my clothes, Jungkook snapped as he gave his mother a funny look. She smiled widely and seemed to get whatever he was silently communicating. Yeah, Jungkook is right. It's probably best you borrow something of him, she chuckled. Well, okay then, that was weird. I followed Jungkook to his room. I'm surprised you have any clothes left, considering the number of items I have stolen from you. I don't mind. He chucked me one of his t-shirts. I need bottoms too, Jungkook. You do? He smirked. Yes, I snapped impatiently. He just chuckled as he threw me some joggers. Jungkook then plopped down into his desk chair and looked at me expectantly. So, are you going to change or what? He smirked. What the hell? I never said you could watch, you pervert, I yelled. He didn't even blink an eye at my insult. I wouldn't exactly call myself a pervert. I prefer the word opportunist. Well, this isn't an opportunity, so get out, Jungkook. He was truly crazy if he thought I was changing in front of him. "You're so mean to me," he grumbled. As he walked past me, he stopped and gave me a slow once-over. "It's fine, I'll see it all one day," he smirked before confidently walking out of the room. As shameful as it was to admit, his words made my heart rate quicken as a part of me hoped that what he said was true. For more videos, please subscribe this channel. Have a great day, dear ones. Bye.